live? Are we live? Here we go. Welcome, folks. We are here. We made it live. Let's switch it on over. Well, greetings. Brother Ian here. The Crypto Live chat here. So, alright. I gotta get used to this, talking in front of the camera. This is the first video. Actually, we have other first videos. This is alright, you can tell this is the first video. So, let's just begin out. Welcome. I'm sure there's nobody here because it's the very first video, but we're gonna start a new channel here. This is the first of many videos to share, and the reason why I'm creating this channel is to create a community for the common man, people that don't have a lot of money, can't join the really expensive groups, that just want to learn basic TA, that want to be with other people and share ideas, because I'm noticing when the charts are going crazy, I'm always looking for people like, yo, are you seeing this? And no one's online in the chat groups that I have. Everybody's not online during these moments, so we really need that open platform so where we can come and start discussing, especially when the moves are happening and right before them. But I like to have real-time interaction is what I'm shooting for in this paper trading group, and eventually I've set it up already, but we'll have a Slack group, which is a beautiful platform for trading because you can have discussions and then subcategory like thumbnails based on those discussions. So there's a lot of organization on topics. So if you post something, then you can continue a thread. And most people, a lot of groups that I've joined, with the exception of a few, have been either on Discord or on Telegram, and there's a lot of chaos there. Telegram, it's just like people chatting. There isn't a way to build off of a thread. It's all on the same exact thing, so it's way more challenging to follow a thread that you're watching. Anyway, so with Slack, you can click on a thread and you can save it with a star mode. You can favorite it and you can watch the thread, and people can continue a conversation about a specific this topic that you have posted about. So, and that I can give you an idea kind of what that looks like, except for no one's here yet. But basically, it would be here and hi, welcome to the new group. And so you could click on this and start a thread over here, and we could consider, hi, nice to meet you. See, we can have a conversations with ourselves over here, and you'll notice right here a thread popped up, and so you can go ahead and just click on that and continue that. You can star it, so it'll show it up in your starred items, which I don't have any starred, so there isn't really a thing. Or no, this is the starred item, so you would star it right here, and then you'd click that, and they'd show up. So, yeah, starred items, boom. And then you can continue your conversations. Anyway, so that's the reason for starting this live stream. Health, it's not good. That's okay. Hopefully you can hear me. We're still online. Alright, so let's get into just a little bit of what I've got going on, what my idea for at least this part of the YouTube channel, so we can all learn, is paper trading. So, right now we've been looking at Ethereum, and I made my first paper trade officially for this channel, and I've started a Google Sheets over here as well. It has it has like a little setup to where I can kind of keep track of these paper trades. Oh yes. Oh, see, and I'm still actually needing to enter a few things. Anyway, I'm going to fix this stuff later while we're not online, but this is basically supposed to say date. And this is today's date, which is, come on, Sunday the 29th. October 27th. 10. So we put over here 10-27 2019. All right. So this is kind of the idea. Actually, we could probably use a total. That would make this a little bit easier, maybe. I don't know. Either way, I got my profit account. So, to start off, I made a trade on 10/27. That's actually not true. This was done last night. So, to start it off, I made a paper trade last night. At 180.27, because I noticed there was a nice little low there. I noticed that the 4-hour low had been put in, is the reason we're. So we had that little bump up last week. I mean, a couple days ago. I gotta get used to talking on this thing. It's gonna be new and challenging, so bear with me. Hopefully not too many people see this. But hopefully people do join and we start a good community. Anyway, so we all saw the rise up that happened. The 30% Bitcoin went up and kind of brought us out of our trend here. We had a short-term trend. This is the 4-hour of a downward trend. So we broke out of that and started a new higher high. And the 4-hour low, at this point, I was, oh yeah, see, it was breaking out of a couple of these levels. I was looking at a 15-minute chart, and the 15-minute started an upward swing. So at that point, I had determined that this point was our 4-hour higher low we were creating. And I am anticipating that this goes into an equilibrium pattern. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of where you create a high, which comes down to a low. Let's see if this drawing tool will work. Oh, you gotta hold it down. Comes down to a low, then it comes up a little lower high, but then you get a higher low, lower high, higher low, until it just tightens itself up and springboards in either direction depending on the pattern, the momentum, and the just general consensus, the sentiment out there. So this is kind of what I'm anticipating. So I made a paper trade, entered in at 180.72 last night, put my stop loss right below there. Boom. We should I don't know, I'm going to make up a color or something. Put my stop loss right there. White, that's my stop loss. That's the point of surrender. I surrender, put me out. I had that right just below, I think it was at 172.64 or somewhere around there. Just clear that off. And yeah, entered in the paper trade. So I'm anticipating the price going somewhere up into that range, because if we're doing the equilibrium pattern, then we know that we're going to go down and get a bounce, and we're going to cut off somewhere in this range right here. So we're not sure, so that's what we need to keep an eye on. And the way I figure out if a 4-hour higher low or a 4-hour turnaround is coming, a capitulation, is you start going down in the smaller time frames, starting with the 15-minute. If the 15-minute is in an uptrend, then we're good to go. The hour, if the 15-minute loses its uptrend, then we check the hourly. And if it's still in an uptrend, it's very much so. The last low was 181.69, so it has quite a bit of room to come down, and we will continue an uptrend here. And then if that broke its uptrend, then I would be looking at the 4-hour. And if that broke its uptrend, I don't know. I'd personally, if you're being a little bit more diligent with which you should be taking your profits. And as soon as this 15-minute loses its uptrend or its exponential moving averages, then I would exit the trade, and that's what I plan on doing. That is the plan, is to exit upon the 4 hour, which usually the 15 is good enough. I mean, if you wait for that hourly, you could end up just eating some of your profits. It depends on how aggressive and how tight you want to play it. Those are kind of decisions you need to make. By the way, none of this is trading advice. This is literally real-time trading, me learning and educating myself, hopefully with you eventually, a decent amount of you. This is the very first one, so there's no one here in the channel right now, but I definitely want to get a bunch of y'all in here. That's the point, right? Is to create a group. And the paper trading is good because it's not real money. No one's losing. You can easily practice keeping your emotions out of your decisions and just hitting the technical analysis on the head. Just that's what the name of the game here is technical analysis, price action, and developing a strategy to where you know exactly what you're going to do if it goes down or if it goes up. So in this instance, I knew exactly that if it was going to go down, I was just going to get stopped out for a very small loss. Really, there's a little tool on here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think it's this one. So, yep. So you can do the risk to reward. Let's just, I would just cut myself short and say that's where we're exiting because there's a nice little resistance point right there. And then take this tool. Let's go. By the way, sorry for these ads. I do not pay for the trading view, so I have ads. Boom. So you can put it where your stop loss was and where you think your target is. And that's a kind of a generous target, honestly. And so our ratio is 1 to 2.9. That's quite better than a 50-50 chance. If it was at 1, then you'd have a 50-50 odds, pretty much. Or that's what you're going to. You're risking $1 to earn $1, which isn't very favorable. It's not so much worth it. When you're risking $1 to earn $10, that's much more worth it. There's a lot more reward involved than the risk. Yeah, the risk is very little. You're only risking $1. That's a little tool that I like to use sometimes just to check it out. Your risk versus reward, but simply put it, it's easiest to do the $1, $10. So if you bought it at 180.72 and you're risking it, and it's gonna go down. Where did I put my stop loss? At 172. That actually isn't the best risk reward. Oh, my stop loss was actually. Yeah, I think it was a little bit higher than that. Yeah, the entry wasn't the best, honestly. That's why we're learning here. Maybe I did actually have my stop up here at the 176. That could be true. I think that would make more sense because otherwise the risk would have been way too much. So that was the last point. That was obviously the last low that we had created because there's a low and then a higher low right there. So there was a little equilibrium pattern that broke out. So now that we're sitting in the trade, I am just kind of paying attention to that 15-minute chart and making sure that it does not break. You could theoretically stick stop loss right here, but you got to be really careful because sometimes these little wicks here, those are specifically bots or people trying to clear all the stop losses out to test. And I'm not 100% sure on the purpose there. Or maybe I'm just not good at wording it, I would say. But, so that's the general gist of the paper trader. I don't think we definitely don't have any people live, so. Because there was one watcher. Someone came on here. Zero messages. Someone sent a message and then they withdrawed it or something. I don't know. Anyway, much love. Thank you guys for bearing with me if you're still with me. Wow, thank you. We're starting a new channel here. Anybody that's right now, the Slack group is free to join. I think we should just allow people to come in and until we start getting people that are trolls and stuff like that. I just want to open the doors and allow you in. So if you want to send me a message or leave a comment below, we can. The best thing would probably be to send me a message. Let me think about that. Yeah, we'll figure out a way. I'll get a way to get your guys' names and we'll add you into Slack. So we'll have that. I'll add it down in the comments later. But thanks for joining with me, and hope you're having a good day. It's Sunday. And don't forget to go outside and live life and not stare at the charts all day. This is the Paper Trader, brother Ian, signing off. I'll probably be online. If there's any volatility or if I see any trade setups maybe later, I'll come back online and we'll discuss some stuff. Otherwise, I might be later on this week. I'll pop back online. Depending on the market, there's volatility. You'd better believe I will be online. So hit the subscribe button, the bell for notifications, and you'll know when I come online, and you'll know that I'm going to be online. If there is volatility and I'm at the computer, then I will pop online. I do have a day job at this point, and hopefully crypto trading can relieve that, and I don't have to go to work anymore. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.